Greetings everyone and welcome to a new first taste for the channel, where today we're going to be checking out ORX, a game that's slated for release in 2022 but with a demo already available on Steam. But what is ORX? ORX is, well, in a nutshell, it is a board game inspired deck building tower defense game. That is a bit of a mouthful, so let me narrow it down a little bit. The game has a tower defense feel that is a little bit alike to They Are Billions. It isn't like a real-time strategy game, it's very much more you set up the plan but then don't really have much interaction, so you're not moving around individual units or anything like that. But the actual construction of your defenses is largely dictated by the cards that you've built up. However, there is a little bit more of a gimmick involved here, and that's where the board game element comes in. If you are a board game enthusiast, you've probably come across the game Carcassonne once or twice or many times, along with its bajillion expansions. This is effectively Carcassonne mashed together with a tower defense. So instead of trying to compete against your friends to build the best castles and control the longest roads and build farmland, you're actually building these yourself to try and create a defensible kingdom for inevitable waves of orcs attacking. It is complicated to try and explain though, so I think the best way of me showing you what this really eccentric amalgamation of different genres is in practice is for us to just jump into the game. So let's get started. Alrighty then, so to start off with, you would normally have an option of picking through multiple different factions, I guess, but we only have the Rune Wardens, a stoic order that protects the realm in the 10th War, master builders and adepts of rune enchantments. Rune Wielder Unity use runes to empower castles and warriors. Developed castles and warrior regiments can be further expanded and share runes and auras. We have unlocked a number of points over here. I'm not sure if the idea is once you get to 20 you can unlock further factions, or whether these are just points that haven't been spent in the encyclopedia, which we'll cover in a little bit. But let's go ahead and begin our quest. Now, select the starting cards. Very important. We can grab Rune Power Forge. Rune, block one rune slot in a castle or a unit, and we'll cover that in a moment, but we'll upgrade a rune in your hand. So basically a card in your hand will get upgraded if you have a rune in your hand. The Rune Lord Guild here, plus one hand card, so just having this in a completed castle, it does actually have to be a completed castle. You can't just put this on the board and it'll apply that plus one hand card. So this will just give you a little bit more tactical flexibility as you go on, and it's got various stats for the castle that it'll be a part of. And then Lord's Share, collect 2 times delayed gold from a complete road, depending on the road's length. Again, this game is so heavily inspired by Carcassonne. If you are familiar with that board game, then a lot of this will already make sense to you. If you are, however, not familiar at all, then none of this will make any sense until we jump in. But I'm going to be going for the Rune Lord Guild. Now, we can also select a... This is kind of like a passive quirk, whereas the other one was a card that we will play during the game. These will be permanently in effect. Now, even more shovels, all roads cost 1 less. This is incredibly powerful, and you'll see why in a moment. Toy Castle turns your town centre into a fortified castle. This also is fantastically powerful. Why have I got both of these at the same time? Larger pockets increase the amount of cards in hand. Very, very useful, but nowhere near as powerful as these. See, the problem here is that having this makes expanding and playing cards so much easier in so many ways. Having this just makes it more likely that we'll survive long enough to play those cards. So, I think we're going to go for Toy Castle, ultimately. Alright, that's all we need to do. Let's start. We're going to be playing down here. You've got a path towards your final objective, and you'll have a boss battle at the top. But right now, we have got defend your main castle against 4 waves, and the further down you go, the more waves you have to defend against. There will be a Spell Vault, which will give us an option to get some new spell cards, and also a Tile Vault, which will give us an option to add some more tile cards to our deck. We can have a look at all of the cards that we have up here. Going into any great amount of detail on these right now, not going to be as useful as just getting into the game and showing you how they play, but just be aware that this information is very, very useful, and you do want to bear that in mind as you go. As far as the orcs themselves, we've got one clan, and that is the Swarm clan. Enemy waves will mostly consist of a large number of weaker units. This is probably the easier clan to deal with, honestly. Now then, I'm immediately going to pause the game. Let's go ahead and drop that pause there, because this is a timed game. Unlike Carcassonne, the actual board game, where you have all the time in the world to think about what you're going to do, in this you've really got to start thinking about it quickly, and more to the point, starting getting things happening quickly. So I'll just go over a few of the basics, but then when we unpause, I'll try to keep the flow moving forward, so be prepared for a little bit of an information dump as I just explain the setup here. Right now I can see where the first of the 4 waves is going to come from, and then it'll appear in 105 seconds. I can see what the next card that will come out of my draw pile will be. That ability to just see a little bit forward into the draw pile is actually incredibly useful. So I'll get a farmland tile next. We've got Rune of Embers. This will give anywhere +6 damage. I've got 12 gold, and I'll get 1 every, I think it's maybe every 10 seconds, or maybe it's every 1 second. We'll have a look at that in a moment. We've got a road section over here. We've got a village over here. We've got a rock, a rune of rock. These little chevrons show how many times this could be played. So the cards themselves have charges. And there are some ways to remove those charges, and there's some ways to upgrade the card so it doesn't have charges. The orcs currently haven't got anything in play, but over time they will play cards, and these cards can have varying effects. I can see what cards this particular encounter will have available to the orcs. We've got Curse of Glory. They can only use that once, but they've got 2 of them, so they can use it twice. Adds a Curse of Glory to the player's deck. All orc damage plus 100. Now, it'll play these randomly from what I understand. Also, all orc health plus 100%. None of those are very good for us, as you may expect. Now, we've got a redraw down here. We get a certain number of these charges. If you have 0 initiative, then speed up the next orc wave by 20. So you can always redraw, but if you don't have any of the redraw charges, which you get after defeating a wave, then you're just going to speed up when the next wave happens. But you can always redraw if you find yourself kind of locked in place. And as you might imagine, once you've gone through the entire draw deck, it'll get reshuffled and you'll start drawing again. Now, quick summary of Carcassonne for anyone who doesn't know what the board game is. The game is played by placing down tiles. The tiles have to make sense based on the tiles that already exist, and you have to place a tile off an already existing tile. So to illustrate that, for example, I've got a curved road here. The little ghosted green images are showing everywhere I can place this tile. I can place it anywhere, because there's always at least somewhere that I can connect this up. Now, you notice that not everywhere has a road to connect to. For example, if I was to place it here, I can't ever rotate it so that this road is pointing into this tile, because there's not a road there for it to connect up to. This has to go somewhere where there is a connection. It has to make sense. That's where we're going to place this one down. That'll get me a little bit of something. We've got farmland there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this down here. Now, farmland, plus 5 delayed gold. It has 1 open road section. It's a dead end, so a road will be terminated at this point. And that matters because a road is complete when its 2 ends have connected, or if it meets a junction. A junction is effectively considered a dead end for every branch of the road, and you do want to complete the roads, because once they are completed, you start to earn the value of that road. Again, a concept that will be very familiar to anyone who's played the board game. Now, I'm going to place down this farmland. The village I don't really want to. Additional 2 times gold income from completing a road. 1 open road set. Now, I don't know if this... Well, actually, you know what? We can for science this. I don't know if the gold that this will create will wait there for me to complete the road, or whether it has to be placed down to complete a road. But I'm going to go ahead and place that there. That was a little bit of gold gone, but this will start generating gold in time. The farmland doesn't really matter where, so I'm just going to place it there. And I've completed this road, so that road was 2 tiles long, so I'm generating 2 gold, and I'll slowly gather that in at 1 gold is added to the amount there, and this one has got 5. It doesn't give you the gold any faster, but rather this will tick down, and then on the next tick, it'll tick down the next piece of gold, and then that road will be completely consumed. Now, the big part about this game, completing features. Namely, you want to complete the castles, because this is a tower defense game, and so completing the castles, and the same rules apply. It has to make sense wherever I place something, and by the way, the time is actually ticking down. It's just ticking down incredibly slowly. There isn't a true pause to this game. You can actually do that in settings, but I do like it progressing just a little bit. The castles, though, do need to make sense, and since we know that the orcs are coming from this direction, I'm going to go ahead and place this castle right there and complete that, and then I'm going to, once we get a chance, place this one over on this side and complete it over there. I want a little turning over here so I can connect these 2 up, but for the time being, let's go ahead and unpause and allow the golds to filter through a little bit better. There we go. That is now a completed feature. So this castle is now set up. It'll do damage, it has range, and it has a certain amount of health. Until that was done, that was not the case. I want a straight road there, and I really like a curved road, but we'll see what we can do. We've got militia over here. Much like castles, these can be used to defend your area and deal with the attack waves, but unlike castles, they're just straight up possible the moment you place them down, but you can expand them. You can basically make a larger group to defend. So we're going to place this one on an unoccupied tile. We'll go ahead and we'll place it over here, I think. There we go, the militia are there. Now, I haven't gone over how to use runes, but we will do that in a few moments. Now, I don't want to completely focus on this side just because the attack is going to come from this direction, because I don't know if they're always going to come from that direction. In fact, it's very unlikely that they will. Now, over here is a good example of an upgraded card. This is a tier 2 card. It costs a bit more, but I can always place it. It will never run out. So I'm going to place that there, and then I'm going to follow this one up with that, and as a result, I've opened this vault. Now, we've unlocked the vault. The number 2, redraw 0 out of 3 times to complete the quest. Quest completed 0 out of 2. Choose one of 3 spell cards each time a quest is complete. So redraw 0 out of 3. So I guess just drawing a tile will take care of that. We've got our corner. There we go. That is now drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this village is now getting twice as much gold as that entire route was worth. So very much worth us putting down there. Actually, I'm going to place down a little road there. We're going to open up the tile vault, which will give us a selection of tile cards. Play 1 of 5 cards to complete. And over here, have we? No, we haven't redrawn. So I guess it's gonna. We need a tile to go all. Oh, probably it's redraw over there. That makes sense. That's a bit of a rough card, though, having to force a redraw like that. I'm not sure. I'm a big fan, if I'm honest. Right, we're gonna place this over here, and then I'm gonna place down a Rune Lord Guild. Now you're gonna see that this is not complete, and it's currently gonna take me a while to complete it, unfortunately. But I am going to go ahead in a moment and redraw. We'll place that down for now. Actually, I've got a bunch of tiles that I kind of want to make use of. We will expand out in that direction. Another corner tile. I don't think I need to use it, so I'm going to place down everything I want to place. I'm going to play this rune. You'll notice that you've got a number of rune slots, and this is true of militia as well, but it doesn't show it on militia. It's just if you click on them, it'll tell you how many runes can be there. But all buildings, all castles will have a number of rune slots equivalent. Well, it's not strictly equivalent to, but it's based on the size of the castle when it's completed. This one I'm going to give to our militia. I feel that one is more useful, but I have now played all the cards I needed to, so I get a reward. We can go for another large castle heart. There's a lot of health on this, but the problem with the castle heart is it's got 4 sides, so it makes it much harder to complete a feature. I think instead I'm going to go for the diagonal wall over here. Thank you very much. Add that one to the deck. We're going to pop a single wall over here to complete that feature. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and redraw. Let's see if we can get something more. Okay, we've got militia regiment. We've already used this once, but I'm going to place it down again, so this militia is now bigger. And that means that this rune of rock is affecting more tiles in a way. So we're getting more bang for buck out of that one rune. Sadly, that's not going to go anywhere there. Alright, well, I guess we can place down this as soon as I've got the funds for it. Right, they have played extra orc health, which is a bit of a concern if I'm honest, but well. Again, we still need to wait on a decent tile. Basically, I need a corner tile for that, and I should have maybe thought about that one, but here come the orcs heading in from the side over here. Now we should be able to see where the next orc group is going to come from. They're going to come from the north, which is just as well. We're building that up. Now, let's have a watch of how this goes down. I think I'm going to place this in position over here, place that up, and then pop down an end to that. So we've got another castle up and running. At this point, I want to try and get through the castle pieces as quickly as I can, because I really want a corner section over here. So let's go ahead and have another redraw. Ah, perfect. Let's get that down. This is a humongous castle. Fantastic, I must say. Let's get an upgrade to damage for our militia, since it's a fairly large complement of militia, and having more damage will make them much more survivable in throughout any attacks. I need to redraw one more time over here, and I've got to place down one more card to get the next tile card from here. Now these would stay in my deck from this point on, so yeah, there's a little bit of strategy to whether or not you want to take them out. This doesn't count as part of my terrain, by the way, so I can't build off it in the same way one might assume, but we're going to start building out towards this forest over here. It means I'm going to have to wait a little while. Now we've got another village, which I would like a very long road for, so let's start building out this road. If we can, that will do quite nice. Ooh, another one as well. Yes, please. Let's turn it that way. Always try to expand out the area so that we can get the most bang for buck, and that is going to be a healthy amount of gold there. Very healthy amount. Right, what are we going to get now? Ooh, okay, so we've got another village. That might be useful because I'm almost out of those villages now. The gold metallurgy. Use a card on this building to gain 2 times the delayed gold depending on the card's cost. It's a very expensive card, and I'm not sure I would use it as much, but the Fountain of Life has an aura plus 16 HP per second regeneration. That is a huge tile for us. That is going to be absolutely wonderful. Right, next up I'm going to say let's pop that down, and let's build this out a little bit in that direction there. And also, well, as soon as I can afford it, let's upgrade this militia. I think that's as high as the militia can go. I'm not sure. It might be as high as it can go. We'll see if I can continue to upgrade that. But at this point, I would like to give them another rune. So this militia group is actually quite potent. It's got all of the runes that it can possibly have. It will attack with greater frequency. It'll do more damage when it does, and each member of the militia has a little bit of extra health, which is actually very, very nice indeed. Let's see, are there any other roads that I can build off of? There aren't, actually. Okay, that's a bit of an interesting one. Can I place this anywhere? I can, and I can complete that feature while I do it, which is useful, but not exactly the best thing. Now, if I place this down here, I'm going to complete that road, but it will give me a way of popping something in this corner, which we kind of need, and I'm going to use a farmland for that. Okay, Curse of Glory, and that's added a new tile to the deck for me. But there we go. That'll give me a little bit of extra coinage. Now, where are the... Oh, the orcs coming in again from this side. That's fantastic, because we are building up a lot of defenses over there. I don't tend to use Rune of Rock on castles because I just don't feel that it really helps a castle. We're dealing with thousands of health, whereas our militia significantly less. So Rune of Rock does a massive bit of work for militia groups. However, if I were to place this here, I would be able to catch both of these castles there. If I place it here, though, I will give regeneration to my main castle. And ultimately, if this falls, you lose. So I think... You know what? Let's pop it in this corner here. So all of these now have regeneration, which is actually a massive deal for us. I've still got the Rune of Rock, though. That'll have to sit there for a little bit longer. Don't have the points to place you down, but I can, however, complete these two sorry, that one road there. And now, can I place this down again? No, sadly, they can't grow any bigger than that. Fair enough, fair enough. We'll have to invest in getting another group of militia. I think on this side, they do have a bit of a range that they can wander. So that should be okay for us. But I don't think the orcs are going to get through at this point. I don't think they're going to get through at all, in fact. So we should be okay for the time being. Got another village now, which is an interesting one. Let's continue building this out then, if we can, and maybe get a very, very productive village, if we're lucky. But I would like another area over here to get a... Oh, that was... my mistake, to get another castle to attack the orcs coming from this direction. I need to save up for this one. We could pop down a Rune of Embers. Sure, let's pop it in there. Now this castle is now doing much more damage, and I wouldn't mind making it a little bit faster as well. Putting points into your home castle, this is the reason why Toy Castle is such a powerful one, because it gives you a fully formed castle around your keep. As a result, you can place down runes, and some runes will do things like give you different types of turrets, so a different kind of weapon being fired from it. It can be an incredibly powerful thing to do, whereas normally it's much more like a farm. It's just a building that you have to protect. It has a decent amount of health, but other than that, it's quite unremarkable. So I tend to gravitate towards Toy Castle just because it allows me to make the castle itself much more dangerous for the orcs to attack, and that's going to bring us quite a lot of money. I much like that. However, Curse of Glory is now in our deck. Much sadness there. Do not approve. We've done all of the quests for this tile vault, but we haven't even done any for the spell yet. That is a bit of a problem, actually. Let's go ahead, and I want to extend this out a bit more. We may do a couple of other things in a moment. We've got the attack on its way, though. Let's place down you right there. And if I can, there we go. Finish that. And if we can get a little bit more coins, then we can place them in there as well. There we go. Allow this to attack that a little bit faster. In fact, I could go ahead and place that in there as well. So they will do a little bit more damage. Now, they are going to walk through this. There's not a lot we can do about that, simply because there's that many of them. The next attack is actually coming from behind. Ooh, okay, that's going to be a rough one for us. So let's start building up this area a little bit more. There we go. And I think at this point we're going to redraw. That'll give us a spell just to get rid of that card I didn't want to play. Curse, plus 30% more orcs on the next wave, and plus 5 corruption. We want to keep corruption down as low as possible, for as long as possible. But let's add a card. Ah, here we go. So, Chapel. Plus 3 delayed gold for each developed land in a 3x3 tile. So, very similar. Again, anyone who's used to Carcassonne will chuckle at that one. Architect Camp. When a wave is defeated, set the cost of the next castle tile placement to be 0. Quite cool. Or the Blast Tower. I was just mentioning about being able to put different turrets down. This is absolutely cool. It'll give us more damage. It'll also give us AoE. So that is going to be a huge, huge thing for us. Let's try and create a pretty strong defense over here. I'm going to be on the 6 that we're going to need for that. But as you can see, our militia have done an amazing job because they're actually very, very powerful at this point. I need 6 gold, please, and thank you. In fact, I should go ahead and drop down a farm, since that's going to generate gold at a set rate. It doesn't increase based on the length of the road, so that one's a cheap one to place wherever you want. Let's go ahead and continue expanding this out. This is going to be a very weird, zigzaggy castle over here. And this is one of the things I loved about Carcassonne, honestly, is just sometimes I would play Carcassonne just to build interesting-looking castles, frankly. Now, I wonder if they will connect, because there was that mention that the rune wielders can extend castles. That would actually be pretty cool, in my opinion. We're going to want this over here. Let's start building up this castle a little bit. Now, let's see. I guess we could place this one down, extend this out. We've got 22 seconds before the orcs arrive, so I think we've got all the time we need. I could finish off a little road down here as well, just to bring in a little bit more cash, and I think I will. Actually, let's do this so the road is a little bit longer. We'll have it rotate up in that direction, then place this down. There we go. That'll give us in a little bit of cash. Not as much as we just spent, but it's fine. Let's see. It looks like, given the time remains, let's just go ahead and place that down. Has that... Oh, it has actually extended the castle. Well, that's pretty cool. That is very, very cool. So I just need one of the turrets to basically connect up. We will save up for the blast tower now. But the fact that we can extend castles is kind of a huge deal, honestly. And I'm going to have to bear that in mind as we go forward. Right, let's wait for one more bit of gold. And where do we want to put it? On the main castle or on this one? Let's have a quick look. How much health? 5,200, 3,800. But you fire more frequently. So let's pop that in there and see how crazy this can be. Look at those shots going. And those are, of course, AoE, so very much fun times for us. Not for the orcs, of course, but for us, quite fun. Let's continue to expand that out. We've got a couple of castle components, but we don't really need them. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. Now, if we actually move in, and I slow things down just slightly, they are destroying towers. They're destroying walls. As they destroy the walls, you'll notice the hit points of the whole castle's going down, but when they destroy a tower, that tower stops firing. So you're actively losing the damage potential from that castle. There is one time when Rune of Rock is super useful. If I play this on a castle, even if all of the components of the castle have been smashed, it will add 200 health to everything, and it will increase the max but also the current by 200, so it can bring a castle back from the brink and back into place. So let's go ahead and do that just to illustrate it, and there you go, all the walls are back, and there we are. This won't be easy, Guardian. I don't know about that. That was actually a pretty easy run, I must say. Let's go ahead and have a look, though. Select rewards and consequences to end the mission. Now, I wouldn't mind getting another Fountain of Life added to the deck, because as you can see, this can only be played once, so yeah, I think we'll grab that. We've also got another one now. I could go with a Castle Heart to allow for really big castles. Again, the bigger the castle, the more health the entire castle has. So that is actually a pretty important one. Lumberjack, Aura, minus 25% attack delay. That would actually be pretty cool if we'd have snuck that in there. Then this area would have been crazy powerful. So yeah, we'll go with Lumberjack. But you also have to make the game harder by selecting a new curse. So basic haste, they'll move 25% faster, attack 25% faster. Sorry, move 25% faster rather. Or another Curse of Glory. I think I'm going to go for that one. It's far easier to deal with. More shields. Spawn an additional pack of orcs from the shield clan. No, I think we'll go with another Curse of Glory. There we go. It's a relatively easy one to avoid, I feel. But now, with that done, you have to select the path that you're going to go down. I don't actually believe that it locks you down a route. So, like, if I go over here, I have to use that chain. I think it does force me to fight this, though. But then we can select from the rewards on the next wave. But over here, let's have a quick gander. We've got select a card to upgrade, or select a card to enhance with one of the available effects. Enchant a card or upgrade a card. That's an interesting one. Let's go for the enchantment, though. So, we've got enchant static. This card will not be discarded or on redraw. Oh, very nice. Or enchant infinite. Remove charges from the card, making it infinite, but increase the cost of the card. Oh, well, you already know which one I'm going to go for with that. It's pretty... Ooh, well, now, I guess we could actually go for the militia regiment. But I kind of wish I hadn't gone from the Fountain of Life now. Okay, well, this would be a cost of 20. That's actually quite a lot. On the flip side, what we could do... we could go for the Rune Lord Guild. Adding more and more cards to my hand gives me more and more opportunities. We could, of course, go for any of the runes up there, but I don't really think we need those. I could go for the Blast Tower, so I could give all of my towers a blast effect. That would actually be quite a powerful one, I think. Still, I think basically it comes down to these three. And I am more inclined to go for the Blast Tower and allow my turrets to all be firing explosive cannon shells. At higher corruption, you get to choose more rewards, but also at higher corruption, you notice that I was avoiding playing a card that would increase my corruption. The orcs get stronger with every wave due to corruption. Eventually, corruption is just going to increase. Every time you win, you get a little bit of corruption. But you can force this up higher so that you can, you know, it's kind of like higher risk, higher reward kind of scenario. But I think that's what we're going to do there. There we go. And now we have to go on to the Dark Swamp. Wish me luck. Alright then, Dark Swamp time it is. Once again, going to drop a pause here. Let's have a look around. Now, one of the things I didn't cover with the first battle is that some tiles actively block placement. So, for example, an orc can't move through a mountain, so you can actually build you can build with a mind to not removing natural impediments to orcs being able to move around. But once again, we're going to have the orcs coming from this direction, so we want to build out in that direction. First and foremost, though, I would very much be a fan of... Ooh, this is actually going to be a tricky one. I think I'm going to place down a corner on this road just so that I can place this tower right there initially, and then a Rune Lord Guild. Here will be a tricky one. It will force me to have to get a very specific tile to connect there. So I'm going to try and avoid that. Both of these in the same... Oh, well, that's rough. Okay, we're going to redraw straight away, and also I'm going to unpause it. Let's have a look then. I would love a corner tile around here, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get one of those yet. Ah, fantastic. Okay, so the guild now can actually fit in that slot, and that's fine. This gives me a little bit of money back, and also I can place that down, get a little bit more there as well. Let's build this road out nice and long. I need 2 corners over here to make this work the way I want. As for you, still waiting on this. I could place that down on this side, and that will be fine, I suppose. But now I absolutely need the guild to fill in that spot. So while all of that's happening, let's place down some new castles in this direction. Rune of Gust. I like upgrading our main base a little bit, but now once again we are at a position where I don't have the cards I need. Ah, fantastic. Let's place you there. Now we're saving this up for a village at this point. Let's wait for 7 gold. It's unfortunately going to take us a little while to get there, but once we've got the 7 gold, I can build this out a bit, and then we can cap it off at the end, and we can have at least 1 functional castle. We're going to get the blast towers next, but it's going to take me quite some time. Oh really? Can I not place that down there? Oh, that's unfortunate. That tile there is blocked. Remember what I was saying about that? Okay, well in that case we'll divert the direction over here instead. We've still got plenty of time before the orcs are going to be attacking, so we should be able to just take our time building this out. Get another corner section. I could place it there if I really wanted to. I'm not sure I do, though. In fact, I would rather continue this road to be super long and then place down an eventual village over here would actually be kind of amazing. So let's build out in this direction. We've finally got our militia. Very glad to see them make an appearance. Now over here we've got a secret vault. Unlock quest, construct a tile near the vault, and then play 0-5 cards to unlock. This one's got a more eclectic set of rewards, so we are going to want to see what that can offer, but it may take us a while to get there. I think I'm going to finish off this little road here. Just start bringing in a little bit more cash as quickly as we can, because we now no longer have much in the way, because that finished 2 roads, thankfully, but we are kind of being pushed up against the timer now. This has got 3,500, damage 5, range 6. Okay, so we can either play a Rune of Embers. Ooh, more damage from the orcs. That's a bit of a rough one. Or I can save up for the Blast Tower, which I think we're going to save up for. And we'll place that on the main keep once again. There we go, perfect. And there we are, let's start attacking. Connection wall. Not what we need right now, but that should be okay. Oh, they've got a catapult this time. That's going to be a bit of a problem for me. hopefully we can get through that reasonably soon. But we've got 86 seconds down there before they attack, which is a bit of an issue, but not the worst, I suppose. Now, the lumberjack is placed on roads, and we want the attack delay to go down over here, so let's place this. Well, since we could build more of a castle in this direction, kind of makes sense, but if I place it here, I'm going to hit all 3 of these, but we're not going to do much against anything that comes from this direction. So I think we're going to place it there. Now, all of these will fire just that slight bit faster. There we go. We've lost a bit of the wall there, but it's not going to be the worst. It'll take us a little while to get through here, but it shouldn't be too much of a bother for us. Right, time for us to start building out in that direction, I think. And as soon as we can, let's continue expanding this out. Perfect. Right, let's get a castle down over here. We've already got a connector wall to go there. Now, unfortunately, the Fountain of Life is a tile rather than a tile feature. So, I'm not going to be able to get regeneration over here, but I will be able to get regeneration perhaps up here, and it'll connect to these ones, which would be very, very nice indeed. Now, we want 7 to be able to place you down. There we go. There's the Runelord Guild. 5 to finish you off, to just get that up and running. Where's the next one going to be attacking from? We don't know where the attack after this one is going to be coming from, so we're just going to have to wait on that one, unfortunately. There we go. I'm just waiting on a village at this point. This is going to be an incredibly, incredibly lucrative road and attached village. Let's continue to build out. Getting some more militia down, always useful. Just build that group out to its maximum size. I really, really would like very much to at least get one of these finished, but looks like that's going to be a bit of a problem, if I'm honest. Let's continue. Again, the longest road to nowhere ever conceived. I'm going to have to wait now for that village to go down. That is actually bonkers. Right, we could finish this off with this tile, which I think is what we're going to have to go for. Yep, let's get you in place. There we go. I should be able to speed it up if I really want to, but I think we're going to go with... Well, we've already got the Rune of Gust, which is giving us a 30 attack speed, and then warriors and castles attack 25% faster. So our warriors are also getting a bonus there as well. Let's go ahead and place down another one. I would like this to be very, very quick. If we have a look now at the attack speed, it's 93.7 versus... Oh, well, it doesn't actually have attack speed down there, but let's have a look at you, for example. Attack speed is 100. Wow, 150 is actually quite good, to be fair. Right, there we go. They're starting to filter through. And finally, our village. Bring me all of the money. Oh, look at that. Marvelous. This is fantastic. But yeah, you can see a lot more cannons, shells are now being fired continuously, which is very, very much good for us. Down over here, though, I would like to extend this castle out a bit if I can. Where are we going to start playing? I can't play that anywhere particularly useful for us, but I can connect up to here, I suppose. Alright, let's have a look at what that is. Redraw 3 times, really? I mean, that's fair, I guess. Let's start bringing this castle upwards and around. Let's try and make a nice big perimeter if we can. That would actually be kind of cool. And a farm tower would be able to slot in there at some point then. Whilst we're over here, let's start building up towards this feature. I would like to get there as quickly as you can, and the farm tile will neatly seal that off. I can go ahead and I can place another castle tile there, or I can wait. And I'm inclined to wait right now. Let's get some... regeneration over here. I could finish off this section. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. There we go. And this one will also have regeneration as well. The other regeneration could, for example, be placed down here or even over here without too much of an issue. And I think that might be a wise way to go with it. We've got plenty of cash. As you place down the tiles, now this is worth noting, as you place down tiles, it'll change the terrain, but it does not change the viability of the terrain. So this, because it started off as water and thus impassable, remains impassable. I kind of hope that they'll change that, because it does make the map a little bit more difficult to navigate in an unsatisfying way, if I'm honest. Wow, okay, this is kind of cool. We've get a nice big castle over here. There we go. This one is now 7,000 points. Ye gats. I guess we could go ahead and place down a little bit of something over here, maybe, and that would help out quite a lot. Let's see. is there any way I could easily place this? I could, actually, extend this castle out a little bit. Now, where's the next attack coming from? It's coming from this direction, and unfortunately, we have very little to defend ourselves with over here, but I can place that and get them buffed up a little bit. Also place down... Now, can I very specifically place this on the militia over here? Did I get the militia? There we go, thank goodness. Right, now I think we're going to want to redraw in just a moment. The farm is a good one to place down though, so I will hold on to that one. But we are going to want to redraw very, very soon. So allow time to pass a little bit more. That being said, I guess I could extend this out a bit. No, I think ultimately let's add to this little castle. Oh, there we are, Rune of Gus. I'm going to place this in. I'm going to go all in on attack speed over there. I think it's going to be kind of wild, but it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Get another militia down there. We need another road over here. This is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I'm liking it a lot. We need one more road tile. So at this point, definitely going for a redraw. Okay, another gust. Yes, please and thank you. I accept. Let's see. How would I be able to adjust these in a meaningful way? Don't see an obvious win there, but I'm going to try and place this down on our militia again. So we're now up to a lot of health, considering each one of those is just a person. And I'll place that one in there as well, and that's our maximum runes. So yeah, they do a decent amount of damage, decent attack speed, and have ridiculously tanky health. That militia there is going to hopefully do quite a lot of work for us. Wow, they annihilated that. Let me just have a look. What is this group? We've got sniper orcs. That's not particularly nice, I'm going to be honest. Disapprove. Oh well, not a lot I can do about it, but I do quite strongly wish that you hadn't have brought those. Oh my lord! Well, I feel that putting down all of the attack speed forever was worthwhile, at the very least. Now, how can I bridge this out? Is there a version of this where I can continue to expand? I don't think there is, unfortunately. I think that's ultimately not going to connect up no matter what I try to do. A shame. Quite the shame there. Where's the next attack going to be coming from? Let's have a wander around and see. Don't see, but I do need to start connecting up to more features, so let's pop you there. Pop you down as well. There we go, we've opened the vault to the very least. Drop down a couple more components. We've got another militia unit that I can place down. I don't think we're going to worry about that one just yet, though. Instead, I'm going to connect up this vault. Now let's have a look. I just need to play cards, so that should be easy. And over here, I need complete construction of one new road to receive a quest. Okay, well, in that case, I should be able to do something along those lines right about here. It's a bit of a waste of a village, but it does at least give us a new tile. So let's have a look at what we got. Another village of the gold metallurgy. I just don't care for that one. I think I'm going to go for another village. For the time being, I think that one's the better option, and we'll have this one branch out, and I'll complete both of those roads. In fact, probably brought us very close to completing that one actually, which is really, really nice. Where is the next orc? It is another orc coming from this direction. Okay, well, I see you. Let's place this down. We can benefit from the regeneration this way, though it's starting to get a little bit tricky to fill in this area properly, if I'm honest. No, I think we're going to have to redraw. So let's get another redraw in and start building out. We'll build out around the Fountain of Life so that we can make use of its regenerative properties. There we go. And I would like to possibly just wrap this one up, just so we've got another feature completed. For the time being, though, let's try and connect these roads up, just so that I can complete another road and get another tile. This would satisfy that, and again, because it's a farm, it doesn't really matter. But what have we got? Oh, wow. Select a card to... Oh, upgrade to the next tier. Ah. Alright, let's pause that for a second, then. I would like to upgrade... What would happen here? A lot more damage, but it would become so expensive to play. So expensive, but it would add so much health. This one would add an enormous amount of health onto a castle and would give me 2 cards to play. The Fountain of Life, give it more charges, and 40 HP per second regeneration is actually kind of bonkers. The infantry would become much stronger warriors. They would have a natural massive health buff. Yeah, I think so. A lot more damage too. Okay, yeah, we're upgrading that one. So we need to play another bunch of cards. We will do our best to do that. I think... Do we want more damage or do we want more speed? I think we're going for more damage. Let's pop that in. There we go. And we will unpause there and allow time to move forward. Let's place you down. Got another village card. Alright. Not sure what we're going to do there, but I would like the farm very, very soon. This is going to be a very interesting one. Once they get within range of my castle, which of course they have to destroy, so they have to get within range of it. My castle is becoming kind of stupidly powerful now. More farmland cards. Don't really need more specifically, but the ability to wrap up my roads, kind of nice. Plus 5 gold, or an extra village. Tricky. I think we're going to go for more farmland there, though, ultimately. Alright, okay, let's get another section added in. I'll place that down, and I'll just try and wrap that up with 6 points in a moment. Do we have any villages that I can complete? Oh, sorry, we need to place that over on this. Oh, that is looking glorious. Look at the damage these things are doing now. That is amazing. Very, very happy with our choice there. Let's put down some farmland here, bring in a little bit more gold. And at this stage, I would say let's upgrade this castle with a little bit more punchiness. There we go. Have we got... Right, they're coming from this direction, so that was a reasonable upgrade there. But I desperately need more ways to complete roads. This one is already done, so we're not going to be upgrading... Oh, damn it. Kind of tempted to wait on that, if I'm honest. As much as this village... You know what, I'm going to place that village card down. We'll get a little bit of gold. It's not a very good placement, but that gets us this, so we can place this in position. Very nice. Now we're going to redraw. Let's see what we got. We have gotten a new militia or a tavern. Wave defeated, set the cost of the next warrior placement to 0. Now, given that we've got upgraded warriors, that's actually going to be very useful. And upgrade another card. Ooh, dare I upgrade this one even further? We could have champion regiment. 19 cost though, but dear lord, look at the health. Oh my good lord, and the damage as well. That being said, I could go for this. It would give plus 60 attack speed. It is much more costly, but it's now without charges. Plus 12 damage over there. Oh, so many good options. Let's have a look at the lumberjack though. Minus 75% attack delay. That's tempting. It's very tempting, actually. Well, we could also look at the village. This would mean 3 times gold income. Wouldn't increase its cost, and it wouldn't give us more uses, but it would make it more useful. This one would get plus 7 delayed gold. Again, not really increasing its uses, but it is making it more useful. I think we're going to go for the champions, though. Let's go all in on the men-at-arms. I think that is the way to success there. Let's continue building this out. Now, because I've got these against each other, I may actually be able to connect them up in a very satisfying way pretty soon. As for the farmland, let's go ahead and place that down there. We'll place this one up next to it as well. The farmland tiles are just solidly useful for us. Now, I need to redraw so many more times for this, but it may well be useful for me to do it. So let's go ahead and just use up a redraw. See what we get. A little bit of extra strength there. Sure, I'll place that over here for you. And I will upgrade the damage on this. Now, the question is... Sure, let's place that down. If I were to build that out in the right direction, we might end up with a mega castle over on that side. I'm not really sure we'll have use for a mega castle, if I'm perfectly honest, but we'll see. Let's place that in. Did we get anything useful? I guess so. That's fine, but let's... We'll play this card first, but then we're going to redraw. We'll see if we can't get enough redraws to count. I don't think we will, though, but we'll give her a shot. All the same, this one can just slip in there, connect these up. This actually might be quite a possible castle, even without that connection point, but we'll see what we can do. Let's pop that one down there. If we bring this all the way around, that'll actually be really... It'll have a little courtyard. Kind of all about that right now. Let's pop that down. Get another village in here. Bringing in plenty of cash at the moment. Let's continue to upgrade you. My god, the amount of explosions. This is just truly, truly marvellous. Can't actually upgrade you, fair enough. In that case, let me upgrade you instead. And we're going to redraw. There we are. Now, it doesn't actually matter if I get more orcs because... Oh, we're on the last one. I can't do it on the last wave. Damn it. They're on to me. Oh, well. It was worth the try. Now, it's pointing out that if I place this here, I'll never complete this feature. So, obviously, not going to. Let's pop you in here. There we are. And I could complete that. There we go. These are now two joined up. Let's bridge you out a little bit more. Place that in position. There we go. Getting there little by little. With that, I will now be able to complete this castle, which will look amazing, I think. Our militia are getting involved now. And there we go. Oh my lord. Look at the rune slots, though. This very much is like Carcassonne. Only in Carcassonne, increasing the demand to try and build a castle is almost kind of malicious compliance with your friends. you know, they just want the completed castle points, but every time you make it so that there's multiple new areas they need to wall off, you move them further and further away from that. Right, corruption continues to increase. Maybe I should start thinking about placing down some corruption cards. But let's have a quick look at what we've got here then. A Sharpshooter Guild, plus 50% castle damage. Wow. Absolutely worth taking. I mean, here I'm not really sure, but I guess we could go for another lumberjack. I wonder if they can stack. They might not be able to, but I could definitely spread their effect out a little bit. More orcs, but later. Spawn additional waves in the current mission. Now that one might be a bit of an interesting one. Curse of Doom. Add a Curse of Doom to the player's deck. Curse. Summon 3 orc warriors. 5 corruption. No, I think more orcs, but later. And another Curse of Glory there. Okay, now then. Gold standard coin. Plus 2 passive gold income. Blocks all other income. Oh. So, you would get 3 at all times, but you'd never get these like massive long roads and villages and the like. Or plus 25 to starting gold and plus 25 to gold capacity. Nice. Or all roads cost 1 less. Now, the really interesting thing with even more shovels is this affects every tile with a road on it. Every farm, every village, every castle with a road coming out the front. So it's a very powerful ability, that one. Very, very powerful indeed. But sadly, that's where we have run out of time for this first taste. I really do hope you have enjoyed, though. Do be sure to check out the demo link in the video description down below if you're interested in checking this out yourself. And of course, if you're interested in seeing a little bit more orcs on the channel or would just like to let me know that you enjoy these sorts of games, then do leave a comment or a like below to let me know you'd like to see more in the future. But that is going to be it from me. So until next time, and as always, do take care, everyone.